This is a certified hood classic.
Hey now.
We're just getting started. I know that you want it, baby. Just get on it.
All rise, order is in court. Bill, thank you. We appreciate that, of course. That's always a good thing. We need the help. Did we really are we at 50K?
Yeah. It's like 40 some over. So it's like,
right.
Like I went to bed last night and we still needed like 22.
Wow.
And I woke up this morning and we're
talking about the main
like
channel.
60. Overnight.
Holy shit. That is, are we celebrating are we going to do a party at some point?
We got to, yeah. 50 is a big one. 50 is a big one. So we'll do something this week.
Wow.
We'll get together and figure out what we're going to do, but we'll do something a little extra for that.
Yeah.
We hit 20 million. We hit 20 million views over there too. So
music says we should party with sex and drugs. Listen, there is a day, my friend.
Some days have come and gone, my friend.
The day we would have thought about that.
Today was the day of, can I get out of bed and struggle to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition.
All right. So what? It's a good one today. Guys, I apologize a couple of minutes late. That is my fault. Went down, visited mom and dad, sat out on the porch talking, and I wasn't looking at the time. I was just telling Mikey, I said, I took the back road because it's usually fairly easy, but they're putting like Google Fiber for forever. And a bunch of construction and shit on the back roads. No less. I can't win. I got here at 1 minute to spare, by the way.
You know, speaking of back roads, Creed, we're going to head to Washington State. Okay. And we got the TPO, PPOs. If you've already seen this, please do not give any spoilers. I saw some people already saying that, but I appreciate that tremendously. And if you're new here, this is a little different than the other videos you'll see uploaded to the channels because you'll have me and Creed here joined by a cast of tens of thousands. That's right. Everybody here hanging out with us. We're going to talk about the cases, look at the cases, and we have a full docket, Creed. So let's get started if we could.
All right. I am ready.
Okay.
Is this the nail biter or no?
Memory of
no. He's the slow reader.
I believe.
No.
I'm the one who handled the issue over the garbage cans.
Ooh.
Okay.
And that was about a year ago. Is that right?
It was about a year ago, yes. Existing.
Casey Carey, thank you. The first $2 of the day, $2 Tuesday, super squishy hugs. We love that. Appreciate it. And CJ, look at you. OG 31 months.
This is an OG call.
Thank you, CJ.
I owe you a tada, CJ.
I ain't seen CJ in forever, by the way. Good to see you, CJ.
Oh, and Billy. I can't forget Billy with 5 bones. Thank you. On our way to 50K money-wise, though. It's close.
Here's the thing. After this celebration, we'll have another one for another 50. So
I know. That kind of sucks, doesn't it? In a way, a little bit. Because, I mean, we had the 1,000, the 10,000. We kind of did. And then it's like,
we're at 50. And now it's going to be years before we can party again.
Don't be an asshole. Oh, are you talking about? Never mind. I thought you were talking to ass. What do I know?
I'm trying to get that. I'm old.
Speaking of clickbait, I gave you this much court so far. I'm sorry. It's a big day today. Okay.
Expired in April, and I didn't see any need to extend it until this recent incident, and then I couldn't extend it. Had to request an issue for renewal.
Okay. So there was a video provided.
Yes.
And is that the issue that's at hand here?
Yes. That's what you saw in the video, the dog.
Okay.
Almost hit.
Dog almost being hit.
I understand, or I'm assuming based on the past issues that your belief is that Mr. Arendt was intending to at least threaten your dog, rather than I'll just let you know, my look at the video just looks like the dog is wandering in the road and the car comes up and tries to, blow the horn to get the dog to move.
And
Well,
is she going to try to say that like this person was going after her dog and trying to hit it is what I'm guessing. Right off the bat.
Dog intimidation, perhaps. Look, we got to remember these people got a PPO against each other a year ago over trash cans. So dogs not outside the realm of a possibility of getting a new one.
I think she's setting it up by these dogs. And he just said, I mean, I've seen wandering dogs before in the road too. I said some dogs do that.
Free range dogs.
And if in the video the dude's honking, he's not.
Maybe it's like a warning, like, hey, watch out, dog.
Well, yes, exactly.
She doesn't have it on a leash.
It's just out wandering.
Walking down my
Abe
driveway,
Lincoln,
which
ladies
is
and
about
gentlemen.
300 feet, and I could hear a car coming, and then I heard loud honking, and Mr. Arndt sped up,
Honk,
and
honk.
drove off the road, and ended up stopping where it actually appeared that he touched the dog. And so, as you can imagine, watching your beloved dog almost get hit by a car, and I don't know whether Mr. Arndt saw me in the driveway or not.
He touched the
It
dog.
seems so violent that why would somebody do that? And so he drove down his driveway, and when he came back up the driveway with his garbage cans, I had been crying. I was so upset, and I told him, I said, I have a fenced yard. I said, I keep my dog in my yard, and I pick up after my dog if he goes to the bathroom. And Mr. Arndt said, okay. And he turned around and he walked away. And I started thinking about it. And
while she thinks about that, Blaine will say thank you. 5 to the main channel. Remember, Fridays at 5:30 East. We end the week with members only for the main channel. And that's 5 more people. Blaine, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
She is really setting this up as like one of the biggest tragedies to befall Washington State in many years.
Right? Yeah, this is a big deal. This is going to be a monumental day on the calendar, I think, for them from here on out. Colty says hi, everybody. Just coming in to say hi. And hi, Shadow.
it seemed to me that his aggressive anger was all kind of demonstrated in that moment. I would have expected to have some other acknowledgement. Like I said, I'm not sure he saw that I saw did. But I almost saw my dog get killed. And, you know, again, this is, as Pete and I both talked about, if you will do this, it just doesn't seem like it's gone away. It seems like there's this animosity, this anger, this threatening behavior going on still after a whole year of being under a protection order. So I'm begging you to extend or create a new protection order so that we don't have to worry about Mr. Arndt's behavior.
The dog should be there getting.
I have in the courtroom today 6 or 7 of my neighbors that all live in the same neighborhood, and we've all had issues.
Blaine, welcome. I love it.
Giving the gifts and becoming a member. Love it.
Love it. Thank you.
On their behalf, I'm just saying that for my family and for me, I really would appreciate it if you would issue a new order, because that in fact worked. We didn't have any issues on that, but not even a month after it expired, I see him veer off the road fast and come to a stop and almost kill my dog. So, you know, it's not all okay now. So I guess I again have fear and
Bud.
And it's a story.
That's a story, all right.
Heard May 2021.
Right. So prior to that,
Colty's hitting buttons. I'm
in
sorry.
the
He's walking
expiration of
all
the
over
order
shit.
and
I'm
this
sorry.
event in May, you'd had no contact from Mr. Arndt?
No.
Okay. Have you had any subsequent contact from Mr. Arndt?
Not since that day that this happened. And like
Does
I
he
said,
have a
really
vendetta
not
against
since
the
it
dog?
happened. So it made me wonder, did you know that I saw what you just did? And then I just, like, I talked to Pete about it, and I just sort of feel like we don't know what he will do next. He seems uncertain and unstable or whatever. I don't know. I'm not pretending to analyze Mr. Arndt. I'm just saying I would like my family and my dog to be protected from whatever idea he comes up with. And then we can go back to just, being confident that he would not do something erratic.
Like Mikey said, Courtney, that the dog ought to be in there getting the restraining order.
The dog needs to be here. I mean, he's the one in trouble, not her.
Right. Blaine, holy shit. Thank
God,
you.
Blaine.
That's a big one. 10 more to the main channel. Hot day. Blaine killing it today on the number one
Blaine,
Express. The number
Blaine won the
one
lottery without telling us he won the lottery.
Express. Appreciate you.
So unexpected.
What are we thinking? She a little bit of Karen, maybe being a little in the words of teen mom Janelle dramatical.
I think she is definitely, she's mad that the first one has run out.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's grasping at straws.
Yes, to get another
one.
And or to keep it in place, if you will, pass.
I can't believe my dog was almost hit by a car. Almost.
Yeah, she looks like she's got a lot of time on her hands so far, but we'll it's early on. So
I don't know what to think about somebody who would veer off the road and aim your car at a dog. Is very a violent action. And like I said, it scared me very much.
And is the incident that you captured on the phone is what you're talking about?
Yes, sir. We have a motion since after the garbage
Okay,
incident.
so you weren't holding a camera. There was
No,
a camera
after the
on there.
garbage incident, we removed all of the wildlife cameras that we were monitoring and whatever. So this is a camera that's on our house that's motion detected. So I'm walking down the driveway, and that's what created the film to start moving. And it's not exactly a perfect picture, but I think you can see what happened there, and you can hear the honking and the screeching to the side of the road. So
Screeching.
anyway.
Thank you. Mr. Arndt.
Yeah, that's a gross misrepresentation of what happened that day. As you can see in the video, the dog is defecating on my property. I could approach it through the property line.
well, we're starting out strong on his behalf. So far.
That's a big misrepresentation. That asshole dog was shitting on my lawn.
But that's okay.
Okay. So I've got a gravel parking area up there used for service parking. That now was the root cause of it.
Right, yeah, I recall.
So turning home, and I see the dog squatting and defecating on my property. Since the first protection order, I've had multiple instances with her trespassing on the property, cleaning up after the dog or chasing the dog. She walks the dog off leash all the time. As you can see in the video, the dog was off leash. Returning home, the dog is defecating on my property. I slow down, swerve onto the parking area, honking at the dog to get it to stop defecating. When it started moving towards my car, I stopped. The dog left, go down the driveway. And then the encounter we had where she approached me, that's exactly as it happened. I just said, okay, you want me to engage with her? Went back home. I just want to be left alone in my home. My wife wants to be left alone in her home. We don't want her dogs on our property. As a young child, I was mauled by a dog, and I've got a fear of dogs. So every time I see the dog in my yard,
So does Mikey.
I just want to be left alone.
Terrified. Not as scared when I see him poop, though.
True that.
Our neighbor across the street has a sign in her yard about "Don't let your dog poop in my yard."
Never any issue with me.
And all the neighbors stop and let it shit right beside it.
In reviewing the evidence that had been submitted prior to the hearing today, specifically the video that I watched, my impression just looking at the video was that from the standpoint of a camera, this wasn't as an aggressive action as Ms. Brooks perceived it there being in person. So the video didn't send that message to me. Your testimony has, but the video didn't send that message to me.
And what's more important, the testimony or the video? For me, it's the video. I've seen the video.
It's got to be the video, right? I can tell you all about it all day. She left out the pooping part, though.
Yeah, Double L, Emily is at the beach for a bit, and it's just, I've been gone all morning, so.
Home alone.
Hey, I walked into this house, and no cats greeted me at the door, and I instantly think like something bad has happened. Listen, that never, ever, ever, ever happens. I mean, ever. Like, when you got 3 cats, one of them is going to be at the door. It scared the shit out of me.
And, I combine that with the fact that this is the only contact since the expiration of the prior order. And this isn't enough for me to issue a new order. I don't know that if I was upset with a dog that was defecating or pooping in my yard, that I would
On vacation,
honk at it or move at it, thinking that that's going to stop it from doing that, because it's not. The dog's going to follow through, and then the question becomes,
Good follow through with the dog.
Right.
You don't want dogs doing that. This isn't a case about enforcing a leash law, so I'm not going to do that either. This just is, it's not appropriate for me to enter an order that involves law enforcement over an issue like this. I think this just falls on the sort of,
he'd love it.
Getting along socially within a community, and the ability to live your own lives and not have a negative impact on others. And I know there's some residual impacts from the last time we had a conversation. I suspect that plays into this a bit, but as to the specifics of this case, I don't find there's a basis for me to enter an order, and I'm not going to do so. I would hope Mr. Arendt, clearly Ms. Brooks still has some level of concern, and you indicate you're aware of that and you're trying to respect it. Your response to her comments led me to believe that that's why you were acting in the way you did, just walking away.
The closest we ever got to that is we bought these birthday kits that were on clearance from Walmart, and they had like different hats and stuff. We put them on the cats.
Don't let Creed lie. He's a lifelong subscriber to Cat Fancy.
Yes, of course. Just like me, just like my friend Joe Cott. Him and I, we go way back with the cat thing.
That's appropriate. As far as the dog issue goes,
Nicole, hello.
I can't weigh in on that. I really don't have a great solution for you. I'm not going to tell you to walk your dog on a leash. And
That is the laws. That correct?
yeah. Okay.
We're in the unincorporated area.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to get into the on leash dog thing.
About the continued trespass on the property.
Yeah. Okay. You have legal recourse for addressing that if that is an issue that you want to take up, but that's not part of a harassment issue. That's a separate legal issue that can be addressed. So I've signed a denial order, and we'll make copies for each of you so you have a record. And Ms. Kester, Ms. Eastburn is your brother's girlfriend?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, on to the next one.
And you say she followed?
I think he got that totally right? I mean, I saw the video. He was very nice to her. I probably would have laid that out a little bit thick, like calm your shit a little bit and take care of your dog.
Again, I'm not a huge fan of people not having their dogs on a leash and just letting them roam around.
Right. Well, mine, I mean, listen, I got a big chunk of property where I'm at. We're out in the middle of nowhere. The dog never goes past certain points.
But see, this dog was in homeboy's yard.
Yeah, I get that. Did I ever tell you about the time shortly after we moved in? And by shortly, I mean within the first year. And the guy across the street with the nicest house in the neighborhood, one of the most beautiful lawns, he's out there almost 24/7 taking care of it, doing something. And out of nowhere, he comes pulling in. I don't know what happened to Coda. She had a moment and ran after the truck. She never does that. People will be walking their dog by on the street, and she'll never run after that even. Out of nowhere, she runs after the truck. She gets all excited waiting for him to get out of the truck. And she goes over in the middle of his lawn and takes a giant dump. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed.
Only thing more embarrassing than that, Creed's dog jumping in the lake while he's getting married. Creed's dog taking a dump while he's getting married. Those things are also very embarrassing.
We knew that was going to happen. We all knew that. And by the way, you got to keep in mind, all of us all dressed up. What do dogs do when they come out of the water? Think about that for a second. Ours does that and then dumps right next to everybody.
I'm assuming was her because.
Hey now.
We were at a dog park once, and Coda jumped into the water and dumped, and it was floating around. And there was a bunch of other dogs around, but it was definitely Coda that jumped in and dumped while she was swimming. Emily and I laugh about. I'm telling you, it was.
Oh wow.
She knows how to party. Double L. She knows how to party.
Evidence. She messages me on fake numbers,
Oh no.
trying to harass me and get a rise out of me.
And why do you think she does that?
I'm assuming this all started over the TV that they took, and I tried to talk to my brother, and I had my other friend.
I'm sorry. We laughed about this last night. There was two things at the wedding. Two things at the big wedding that Creed wanted. One was a keg. And second was fireworks.
Third was Mikey.
Oh, third was Mikey. And
I was there.
Oh, did I get that? Get that.
I DoorDashed food to the house. It was me.
Yes, you did. We talked about that last night too, laughing about how many. And it's not just you. It wasn't just you. I also her dad with the Chick-fil-A. He must have brought back $500 worth of Chick-fil-A.
Oh God, yeah.
Also, anyways,
I did not pass on that.
It's just funny. We were.
I probably had 6 sandwiches.
We were talking about a bunch of that. So last night, keg never got tapped. I took it back almost a full keg. I mean, I didn't have much out of it at all. It was a shame. It's sad.
Her stuff. My brother came into the house, saw that she was there. I told him that she's leaving. She left. My brother got upset, and I was trying to talk to him. She was on the phone, just started being rude and saying stuff. So I told her, I was like, can I please talk to my brother alone? You don't need to be on the phone. If I can't have a friend here, then you don't need to be on the phone. She didn't like that. She kept running her mouth. So I grabbed my brother's phone and I shut it off.
Ooh.
And she called back, and it just escalated from there. After my brother left, that's when I received the first messages off the first fake number stating that she's gonna call my work and make false accusations against me. She's gonna stay up all night because we work the same shift. And
Do you work in the same place?
no, we didn't. She just, I can read it.
Somebody asked in the chat. I was trying to figure out what a jersey was too. I thought Playboy for a second, but it's not.
It's just, it's kind of annoying.
Playpen. I don't know.
She's got a pickup game. I think it says
When was
play.
the last time you heard from?
Oh, player maybe.
From those last messages, which was Saturday. I'm not sure what date that was.
Yeah, are we talking to her or somebody else that's next to her in court?
Oh yeah. So that's the sister talking.
May 18th.
Her brother's girlfriend is who she's after, and she's sitting on the other side of her.
Okay.
We'll see here in just a second.
Got it. Christopher, known giver. I think you guys know why. Welcome to the main channel. Christopher, you're amazing. Thank you. You're on the #1 Express.
That's right, baby.
So May 18th was last year.
That was this day before all these messages. The day after is the day I got followed back home. She's given my address out. I've had people come to my door. She's taken pictures of my license plate and send it to people. I just feel very unsafe at home. I have to go everywhere with pepper spray now.
Get bear spray.
They tell me that they've been reporting my car to Walmart to get me banned there.
Huh?
She living in it,
No
maybe?
reason. I mean, I just go there to shop.
Oh,
That's it. I live right there.
how does that work?
I don't think it works that way.
Childish.
Sounds like BS.
And Ms. Eastburn?
I would like to start this and state that the reason why I initially made contact with her is because she actually made a physical threat against me. And she just admitted as well as grabbing her phone and her brother's phone out of his hand. The friend that she had present at that first meeting is an ex-girlfriend of her brother's, and they actually did have a physical relationship. He has been hospitalized in the past because of this ex-girlfriend, and she tried to confront her brother about getting him to admit about the TV. That interaction was recorded actually on her part. And so that's where I would like to state that over the cell phone. I did not make no threats over her. I had told Jonathan to leave the apartment because once he realized that Jocelyn was there, he felt unsafe and did not want to be there. And that is when she took the phone out of his hand because I said, please just leave the situation, leave the apartment. It is not worth it because he was there to get the rest of his belongings. And that is when she yanked the phone out of his hand and hung up on him. He called me back because he felt unsafe being there. And he is present today with me as well.
Oh,
But
that's
it's
him
also
behind her.
important to state that this last interaction that she is stating, I was working. If she called the cops on me for laughing at her, why would she not report that to my job? Why would she not go to my manager if I'm calling her slurs while I am on the clock presently in the store? My manager was in the vicinity and so were my coworkers.
Okay, that's a lot to very quickly. Lady Sky, thank you. 5 doll hairs. Call me Lansky, Lady Sly. As long as you call me Lady, I like that. That sounds like a song.
So yeah, we're making that into a song. So apparently, thank you. Apparently, she works at the Walmart. So she's talking about her coming into the Walmart.
That's why
why she was trying to get a van. Yeah, Walmart.
That makes sense.
But am I the only one that thinks the sister and the girlfriend look very similar?
Yeah, I can see that. I will also say this. I'm not jumping to any conclusions.
Please don't.
But the way that she, I can kind of hear it in her voice that she's upset.
Yeah, like she might start crying any second.
Yeah, kind of on her side just a little bit at the moment. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Christopher Known Gifter, another one to the main channel. Thank you again. 5:30 Eastern.
This violent ex-girlfriend that has put him, I guess, in like a mental hospital. I mean, I don't think it's physical hospital.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is a messy one. Sweet tea, thank you, Wanda. We got a case court watch channel for the month, anyways. And thank you. And Sweet tea, I hope you're feeling better, by the way. I forgot to ask.
She had a bad anger. Yeah.
You weren't feeling good yesterday.
I don't know.
Feeling better.
The threats that were made were not against her either. I had threatened to tell.
Oh, then I'm right. Because Griggsy always goes against the grain. So I'm on to something here. That's my proof right there from Griggsy. Thank you.
The boyfriend that she is seeing about the affair she is having with his wife. Those are the allegations. And if you look back at the text as well, I never said
the guy she is seeing, she is also having an affair with his wife. Is that what she just said?
I think so. I'm going to back that up just a couple of seconds.
Very convoluted.
Let's listen to that again.
In the vicinity, and so were my coworkers. The threats that I had threatened to tell the boyfriend that she is seeing about the affair she is having with his wife. Those are the allegations. And if you look back,
it's hard. I don't know. She stumbled on some words and may have inadvertently said she was having an affair with the wife too. But I think she was trying to say,
that's what I
want to tell on him to his wife that they're having an affair. I think that's what it was.
Plus, a thank you, 2 bones on $2 Tuesday. Appreciate it. All right, we'll take it as. How are we taking that then? We're saying
we're gonna. I don't want to slip into any fantasy, so I'm
a lot more fun. It's a fantasy size, a lot more fun,
way saucier. Yeah, but I don't think so. Just
boyfriend's
married. Boyfriend's married.
Yeah. All right. Hugh, you stumbled into a good one here, bud.
Back at the text messages as well. I never said I was taking pictures of her license plate. I said I had pictures of her boyfriend being at the apartment from the past when I would go over there. What I would like to say is I have felt unsafe because I am currently 10 weeks pregnant. They have been harassing us for months prior to this because he was trying to sign himself off their lease. And that is why this started. And I told him,
you need one of those boards that they have where you connect things with string and shit, right? All the way around. It's
a lot. It's a mess.
As long as he paid his rent and gave notice, it was legal. She had his grandma harassing him. She had her friends messaging him, and it was all to deter him from signing himself off the lease. Not only did she tell us that she was going to get our car repoed because it's in Jocelyn's name, she also once again threatened my well-being. carrying a child and ongoing with this, like, I have no interest in having contact with her.
I love our chat.
I like that she could just turn around and reach in the refrigerator and grab something.
I
out the
saw
fridge.
that. What a pro freaking move.
Love it.
You know? There it is. Another $2. You're not the only one that wanted to go on that fantasy route too. In the chat, I saw it.
But where this concerns me is it is a mental distress on me for during my pregnancy. That is where I will agree. I have no interest in contacting, and the only 2 times I had contacted her is because she initiated it first. I have never gone out of my way to do it. Sorry, I have never gone out of my way to do it what would be the word? Without cause. Really, when I seen her in my work that same exact day, her grandmother had shown up to my boyfriend's work and had started leaving notes and asking him to talk to her. We have been in no contact with this family this entire time. And the only reason why I messaged her that last time was no threats. I never gave out her license plate. I never gave out her address. I told her that I felt unsafe and I wanted a protection order. And I think that is why she filed this. I am scared if this is granted that she's going to continue to make false allegations against me. I don't even have a license, so I don't drive. So I don't understand how she can say she was followed and threatened by someone. Why would she not call the cops over that either? If someone threatened her and she was quick to call the cops over me making eye contact with her in Walmart, why did she not make a police report for the car following her and threatening her? Thank you, Your Honor.
May I say something?
Yes, you may.
The reason I called the cops that night at Walmart is because I was, I don't know the word. I was walking out and I heard my name and it was my brother. And he came up to me and was stating that if I don't leave them alone, that they're gonna keep reporting my car to Walmart to get me banned. They're gonna message the other party. They're gonna just do a bunch of stuff. The reason my grandma went to Safeway and gave him a note, she didn't say anything to him, is because his mail gets sent to her. He had a doctor appointment. He doesn't have a phone number to reach out to her. He's not talking to anyone. So she thought if she would just go to Safeway, give him the note and leave, that he'd attend his doctor note. She didn't say a word to him. I mean, they're just blowing this out of proportion.
I would also like to state as well.
Are we just trying to confuse the judge with a lot of weird stuff that I don't really think
I don't think anything's been said though that would relegate this to a PPO at all.
Absolutely.
We're jerks and we hate each other. That's about it.
But we're looking at a lot of word salad to make it sound more credible and more, you know what I mean? Sometimes it has an adverse effect. It just
recorded that third interaction. She recorded her brother when he did ask her to stop coming into the store when I was working. That's all we asked. All we asked was for her to not come in when I was working, and she recorded the entire interaction. All we said was that if she continued to come in and was harassing me, I would talk to my boss about getting a protection order and to prevent her from coming in when I was working. I have no issue with her going into my job. After making physical threats at me, especially while I am carrying a child, it was very concerning to me. And my boyfriend, he worked at Walmart. He comes in every single night to drop off my prenatals, and it is a normal thing. And once he heard that his sister was there, he just asked her to leave me alone. That's his. If you look in my text messages,
all right.
Thank you.
Goes to Walmart every night to give her prenatals. She can't take it with her.
Not a request for an order. No, I want to be clear. This isn't taking sides and saying who's being the worst and getting on the other one's nerves, but that's really what this is about. This isn't something that should involve the courts or law enforcement. I strongly suggest you two leave each other alone. You don't talk to each other. You don't text each other. You don't do anything. You just pretend the other one doesn't exist. And if you want your TV back and you're not satisfied with any resolution, you can arrange with your brother and you can file a small claim action and ask to be reimbursed for the TV or whatever. But this back and forth stuff doesn't work. So, and You can ask that Ms. Kester doesn't come to Walmart while you're working there, but if she wants to go to Walmart, she can go to Walmart. But I would strongly urge the two of you just not to have any contact, because right now that's not going to be very productive.
On to the next.
Christian on Peak.
All right, Alicia.
Finally. And now everybody in chat who's so confused of how court works. It's her time now.
It's her turn. And
Yes.
let me go ahead and tell you, spoiler alert. The guy's not there. He's on the telephone.
Oh, no.
He's on. The guy you hear on the phone is the person involved.
And Mr. Peak, do you have any video capability on that phone?
No, it's a flip phone.
All right. Both of you raise your right hands, please.
How embarrassing. What a way to start.
Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Absolutely.
It's the jitterbug.
Okay. And Mr. Peak, you reviewed the petition filed by Ms. Turner?
I appreciate it. I invited it. Yeah.
Okay, so Ms. Turner.
Yeah,
That's weird already.
Mhm.
I keep on getting the police calls on me for maintaining my property.
Hold on. Okay, Ms. Turner.
He's already getting jabs in, I see.
Is it Mr. Peak's property that you reside on?
Are you gonna draw him so we see what he looks like? Is that what
Yeah, I
you're
figured
doing?
I'd give a
All right.
rendition of what I think he looks
Good.
like.
Yeah, I like that.
Is he a neighbor? Explain that to me.
His parents are our landlords. And
Okay.
it's like a 2.5 acre property with both houses on it.
Okay,
There has to be somewhere. He's come on our side of you've seen pictures. Did you see the stuff
Yes.
he's on our front porch. We've asked him to leave nicely. We've yelled, we've ignored, we've done everything. The cops have suggested the only thing to do was to get the anti-harassment order. Because the
Okay.
cops said we can talk to him, but that's all they can do.
and is your property entirely fenced?
No. We
Okay.
asked the
Is it-
landlord, we asked the landlords for a fence, but they didn't think that would be helpful.
Did they take offense to you asking that, or
And what do they say about
Hold on.
their
This
son
is
being on there?
this
Have you
guy
told-
is the son of the landlords.
right? Yeah, this is the parents or the landlord.
The parents can't get this straightened out.
Well, Steve, I don't know. Maybe they don't get along. I'm sure we're gonna find out here in a second. Kieran, thank you. Oh, we got a weirdo. All right, that's
That your son, their son goes onto
We-
your property?
We've talked to him, they'll talk to him, but the last couple of times we called, they said they don't know what to do. They said their hands were tied. When I've talked to the cops that I've called, they've said something about Joel's Law. And the last time,
What's
Bob
Joel?
even asked me if DCR had talked to me about Joel's Law, and I thought that was for families. And
anybody know what that
when
is?
I asked the cops for clarification, they said, yes, it's for families. And this was what I could do as the anti-harassment order.
She said Joel's Law.
Joel's Law.
All right, Mr. Peak, do you agree that you've been onto the property that, pardon me, that Ms. Turner lives on?
I have been, yes.
Okay. And do you-
I was just trying to.
Oh, all right. Joel's Law was implemented on July 24th, 2015, amending Washington State's involuntary mental health treatment law. Okay, this is going to get messy here.
Crazy is what they're saying.
All right, this is going to get messy.
Calm the situation down. I have installed a fence. There is a fence there now. It's unfinished. I'd like to finish it, but the police keep on coming by every time I go.
Joel's from Savannah.
We have a shared wellhead, and it's more towards their
They're families and they share wellhead.
house.
Got it.
Wellhead.
And I'd like an easement of some sort there. I'd like an understanding that I have access to that wellhead, because there's two valves off the wellhead, right? One goes to my house and one goes to their house.
Okay.
Do you have pictures of that?
Doesn't
Nope.
matter.
You did? I sent in some evidence.
Oh, I bet you
Yeah,
did.
you sent
An
me
email.
about 50 screenshots, and They made no sense to me at all.
Oh,
There's a wellhead there. There's a picture of a wellhead and a fence line. It's got mason line. It's a temporary T-post fence. And I did that in order to alleviate the accusations of me trespassing. I installed that fence line.
Right.
So there's a complete fence line between our two houses now, but I haven't been able to finish it because I get pelted by rocks. And
You haven't thrown rocks. We have videos of you throwing rocks at our house.
yeah, I have done that. I have done that
Don't
because
debate.
I was intimidated.
Yeah, talking to each other like that.
But you
during
throw
courts,
rocks at me.
not cool.
Never.
All right. Ms. Turner, don't respond.
Sorry.
I'll give you a chance to have your say.
Here we were giving Alyssa a bunch of crap, like, man, she must think these people are crazy and got so much going on until we got to hers. No, she sat there and said, wow, there's a lot of normal stuff going on. Ain't no big deal for me. Wait till you hear what happens here.
Okay, so Ms. Turner, what do you think of the fence that,
It doesn't work because after he had put that fence up, he crossed into our area, broke our 2 sprinklers, which there's a report.
okay, keep going.
And so we asked him, there's no yard by the fence. It's just dirt. I don't know what he's trying to do, but all of his lawn equipment, which is a riding lawnmower, his rototiller, and his weed whacker, he will park by the fence and walk away, which the fence is really close to our bedroom window. And
oh, he's just making noise.
The temporary order got put place. He was 5:30 in the morning, and just leave it running. So whatever he's trying to do never gets done. So we're constantly the lawn equipment motors.
Right. Yeah. That's going to be
I'm a prankster, Your Honor.
to regulate.
Right.
And if you think about it, like if it's up against a fence too, it would make just that much louder.
He comes right over. He just parks his mower behind their house and just turns it on and leaves.
Near their bedroom. It just lets it go. I mean, that's some cheap entertainment there.
He's laughing.
We've asked for consent from the landlords, but I don't know. They didn't think it would help. So I know that Bob said that he was going to talk to somebody to see if it would help law enforcement have a line. But I don't know if you ever talked to that person. He never got back to me.
Okay.
Lady Sky, thank you.
But while this temporary order has been placed, it's been super quiet. Before we were calling, I felt like every other day we had to call the cops because he doesn't listen to us. And when we tell him something, it was always, it's our problem or whatever, deal with it.
Okay. So in your mind.
So again, why are the parents, the landlords, which are the parents of his, why are they not doing anything about it? She's got to go and call the cops.
But he owns his own land.
Oh,
so
she's renting.
She's renting from them. That's next to his property.
Man.
They bump up against each other.
Oh, Jesus, what a mess.
I can't tell looking at the exhibits that have been filed. It looks like they were filed by Mr. Peak, not by you. They're listed as respondents exhibits. Maybe you're the one who submitted all these.
I submitted a lot, and Judge Wilcox had signed for the temporary order.
I know, I realize that.
Most of the time it's hidden penises. Today only, it's hidden Mickey.
Did you not have those?
I have 54 exhibits. They're just aimless sort of photos, screenshots, some texts. It's
Mine,
just a compilation of those.
No, mine had incident pictures that went with incident pictures that went with incident. I had police reports. I had call logs. I had a zip drive that they had taken and put on whatever computer or whatever.
Have it.
Be quiet. I've got it.
I have photos with comments on them, but the comments don't make any sense.
He's These people are
That must be my
terrible.
testimony.
Okay, thank you for acknowledging.
I can explain them. I don't want to interrupt though.
I don't need that. Okay. So just to-
And he doesn't understand anything about it because it is kind of rude of coming back saying I don't need that. But I mean, it
explain
must
it
be
to
all
me,
over the place.
Ms. Turner. Is, in your mind, is there a
Well, he's looking at a ton of evidence that doesn't make any sense from this dude. I mean, that's the start of it.
54 pieces of evidence, which are just screenshots. That laugh is scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yeah,
laugh
it's a
of
vindictive laugh of an
that's the
asshole.
laugh of a man that you don't want living beside you.
That's for sure.
Judge going through the evidence. I wish we could see the evidence here, but we can't.
Yeah.
We just can't.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we got a premiere happening
okay?
at 2:30 over on We Got a Case.
Made clear to me.
Oh yeah, good point.
Thank you.
So give me some sense of it, though. These are just photos. I don't have a really good sense.
Think about that.
Is it clear in your mind what is your property and what is property that Mr. Peak can't be on without your approval? Is that distinction clear?
Well, no, he's the one that decided to put the fence up. There was no talking. I would rather have his landlord or his parents put the fence up since they are the landlords, not him, but he chose where to put the fence and it's,
Okay, so these photos, for example, of him leaning on a railing, that's your railing and he's taking pictures?
yes, that's my front porch.
Oh,
And you said he peed in your doghouse?
Yep. So when we ask him to leave,
Did you just hear him laugh after that? Even
So let's get this right, guys. He's on their front porch taking selfies of himself. He's like, you know, he's out there. They've got their cameras, and he's taking pictures of the selfies all around. He goes over and he pisses in the doghouse
wow.
and laughs about it.
You said he peed in your doghouse?
yep. So when we ask him to leave, get out of our
He
yard.
didn't even say that he didn't do it. He's just laughing. That's he's proud of that. He didn't even say no. He just
Dude's
laughed.
crazy. The dude's crazy.
Holy
He's so crazy.
shit.
What a guy.
Wow.
He doesn't listen and he just laughs. It's like we have to call the cops or nothing gets done.
Mm.
And all the salon equipment, he just turns it on and leaves it there?
Yep.
Okay, and the fence is a chair with some boards, being supported chair? Is that the property?
Those were before the fence came up because he decided that he could mow the yard over there and that's right on the back of our house. He's got like 2 acres on his side. We have just a little tiny area.
All right. Just so you know, I can regulate the contact between the two of you. The living environment in which you're out there, that's between you and his parents. If, you're going to have to.
We just want to be left alone and it seemed to work when we had the order.
Yeah, okay. All
When
right.
we were calling the cops every other day because he doesn't listen to any.
Okay, Mr. Peak, anything else?
Oh yeah, I've got all kinds of things to.
Oh shit.
Oh
Just
boy.
Go ahead. I may cut you off because I've read, a lot of what you filed, so go ahead.
There's been some issues with the mailbox. I put those up. I don't know if you see in that testimony that I
grab some
submitted.
snacks.
There's some real animosity on their end. My own personal opinion is that I really appreciate the fact that they're there and they help pay for the property with their rent. So I want them there, and I don't want any more conflict. That's the thing. But
what were you doing
And
Leaning on their-
I'll stop being. I've been performing for the camera, and I'll stop doing that. I've been kind of doing a vaudeville thing. I've never been in a situation like this before.
Did he say he was doing a vaudeville thing?
He did. Yeah.
Da, 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 da. He's putting on a show, kids. I like that he said he talked about the mailbox for a second. He said, I put those mailboxes up. And then backhandedly he says, "Oh, I'm glad they're there.
Yeah, he's backing down. Like
They're paying for they're helping pay for the land." Vaudeville.
Wow.
Where I've been under surveillance over in my own yard. But I'm
what's with
amiable.
the,
I just want to be good neighbors. And
okay, what's with the leaning on their railing and taking photos?
That was he threw beer cans at me, so I thought I'd give them back to him. And I was being I don't know what to do,
Okay.
That I did not pee on the doghouse. I didn't actually pee. I was just kind of posing, and that's kind of been my. I'll quit doing that. I know it's irritating. And I'll stay away from I'll stay away from the camera. I would like to finish that fence line though and get it permanent because right now it's just mason line. Pat seems to respect it because he doesn't go beyond it, and that was the intention to come up with some because it was arbitrary of whose property was what. Because there's we share a common yard. And that's why I put the fence line up. So I've got the T-posts in now. He did rip a post out, and you do see where there's some animosity there. And he's made several threats, all kinds of threats about putting a bullet in my head and all kinds of stuff, killing me and all that. And I'm not worried. I don't really take it seriously. You know what I mean? I know I kind of have an idea what the idea is. But
and I have an idea what the idea is.
Boy, I sure. So far in March, I've had the police call on me twice. In April, twice. And this last May. Now, do you want me to explain the sprinkler incident?
Yes.
Nope, that's fine.
No, I want to hear it. This is great.
Okay.
Yeah,
there was a. Okay, I'd like to, but.
Sure, if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, listen.
There we go.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, what had happened is since, let's see, I've been writing all this stuff on the calendar.
Great spot to write
April 14th, he's been using the sprinkler as a deterrent, and it's been running 9 hours a day on my side. So it's just a mud. What I'm trying to do is install a lawn. And I can stay away from the back corner there. But anyway, so it's April 14th all the way to May 10th. And that's when Deputy Charles Alt showed up about the sprinkler. I did destroy two.
She just went to the fridge again. What do you think she's popping a top on?
Oh, Milwaukee's Beast.
That sounds
allegedly.
I disabled them because they were running for 27 days, 9 hours a day. And I figured that was about 60,000 gallons of water. That sprinkler that they were using,
27 days,
dispenses in 60 seconds 3.5 to 4 gallons of water.
That place would be a massive mud hole.
21 days, 9 hours.
You said it was really muddy.
And the submersible pump, my father just installed that wellhead on halfway through June, about June 15th. And that's when the problem started. We've been living together for 3 years, since 19 to 20 to June 23, peacefully.
We've been living together,
but
you're not living with them. Bud.
What ended up happening is the wellhead, there was a submersible pump got replaced, and it was unfinished yet. There was no water to both our houses. And so there was a rupture in the line. They used PVC, polyvinyl chloride, water line to the wellhead, from the wellhead to this pressure tank to this house. And that ruptured. So I actually fixed that.
Unbelievable.
And at that point, I was deemed trespassing ever since then. Anytime I go on that side of the yard, and I don't care to go. I really appreciate the restraining order, sir. I really do, because this is. I get the police called on me. This is. I don't want this to be an average interaction between us, where I get visited by the police 4 times a month.
Okay. All right.
You know,
So were
they've
you
been really
turning on
gracious.
your were you
Real
turning on
gracious.
lawn equipment, just leaving it there, walking away? And having
I'll admit that I was doing that, and I will cease and desist.
Okay, good.
I was doing
All right.
that. I'm guilty.
Good, because this order is going to
Okay.
put you in
I
jail.
will grant the request
jail.
for the order.
Because he's not going to
And
stop.
that order will be in effect
Yeah.
for 1 year from today's date. Ms. Turner.
Good for
1
her.
year.
Mr.
I hope that's some
Peak, you're
peace of
directed not to
mind.
go on to the property of Ms. Turner and Mr. Stenhouse, and you're
Okay,
not to
because-
have any. You're not to have any contact with them. So I
Absolutely.
don't want you saying anything to them, communicating with
Absolutely.
them in any way. If
Thank you.
you're concerned about where the property is, you're going to have your parents define that. And
Well, sir, can I?
yeah, Ms.
w-
Peak,
w-
you know.
As
No.
far as boundaries,
I don't know anything about
I
that.
established. I'm 50 feet off the fence line. I won't go anywhere within 50 feet of that fence line that I established. And I would like to have access to my mailbox. My mailbox is within 50 feet of the end of their driveway. It's about maybe 35 feet away from their driveway,
Back to
40
the
feet
mailbox.
somewhere in there. So I would like to have access to the mailbox and where I deposit my garbage for garbage and recycle pickup.
We live
That's
together,
within
Your Honor.
50 feet of the end of their driveway. So I'd like to have access to that spot too, so that I could get rid of garbage. Other than that, I'm with you all the way. I'd love to put a
Do you
rest of this
agree that
situation.
those distances are accurate that Mr. Peak just referred to?
This dude.
Is
How many
Wow.
AM radio stations that he calls on a day?
Oh.
Correct.
Caller, go ahead.
Washington State, go
but
ahead. Make it
I'm
clear.
assuming
I'll stay away.
those hold on. I'm assuming those locations are more than 100 feet from your home. Is that correct?
From
Just
my
kinda-
phone?
Yes. The mailbox and the garbage collection site. That 100 feet isn't very far, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a cul-de-sac.
okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, he's something. And he's going to go
So
right back to
I'll
doing it.
respect.
Okay.
I like
Yeah,
the
hold on.
50-foot
Hold
rule.
on, Mr. Peak. I'm going to finish doing all the talking. All right.
Tredio.
Okay.
All right. So I will limit the distance restriction to 50 feet. So you're not to
Tuesday.
go within 50 feet of the residence, 50 feet of Ms. Turner, Mr. Stenhouse, and not have any contact with them whatsoever. If you have issues, you talk to your parents about it. And Ms. Turner, this order will be in effect for 1 year from today's date. If you want it renewed, you have to come back to court and ask for it to be renewed at that time.
Is that 150 feet away from the fence line or the how? I don't understand the house
50 feet
or
from the house.
the end of the driveway.
50
from the
feet
house?
from the house. Yep.
Oh, the fence line's 50 feet away from the house.
Dude, you can go to your
good.
mailbox and you can go drop the garbage.
I'm not defining fence line. Let's be perfectly clear that I'm not
Well,
saying
it's
where you
established
put
in the
that.
photographs.
Okay, Mr. Peak.
Okay.
You're on.
I'm not going to get into
No.
whether the fence line is properly placed or not. That's not part of this process. I don't have the authority to do that as part of the process. As I've said, all I can do is deal with the direct relationship between the parties, and I'm doing so. If Ms. Turner believes the fence line's improperly placed, she's going to have to speak to the landlord,
I agree.
have them change it. If Mr. Peak believes that it's properly placed and he wants the authority to continue building it, he's going to have to talk to his parents, get their permission. But Mr. Peak, you're not to go within 50 feet of the home of Ms. Turner and Mr. Stenhouse. You're to have no contact with them at all.
I'm staying away from that side of the yard.
All right, thank you.
Good idea.
Your Honor, can I ask one question? How do you go
One
about
question.
getting paid back for the sprinklers that he broke? How do I do that?
A small claim action. If
Yeah,
that's
that's
what you want to do.
Civil thing.
Okay.
Small claims court.
Yeah.
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you. Yep. Bye-bye.
Good.
Wow.
That's over.
I'd be glad to replace the sprinklers, but I'd like to get it documented.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, thank you.
I offered him $60, but
All right.
he didn't want to take it on camera.
Thanks.
on
Yeah,
camera.
right.
Right there with his flip phone.
Right. Oh, do you have my address?
You have my number, you're on?
I don't
Yeah.
To send me the judgment. That's
Yeah, go ahead.
it's oh, thank you so much. It's 19315
Yeah. Okay.
8677. So
5309.
I'm assuming I have
Just the
access to that mailbox.
All right.
The mailbox, and what I'll do is avoid them as best as
Yes.
possible I can. But
That's
the mailbox
a good
is on
idea.
the same frame.
Because you're going to be in
There's 4
jail.
mailboxes altogether there. 2 of them
Okay.
belong. One of them
All right.
belongs to me. One of them belongs to Lewis and Pat. So I mean, I'd like to
Thank
have
you.
access
Thank
to
you for the
that.
address. Thank you, Mr. Peak. Okay, Mr. Turner, Mr. Peak.
Trying
we're
to
all
jump
done.
down.
Thank you.
This guy.
And your order will be in the file and we'll mail a copy to Mr. Peak. Thank you.
Oh, okay. On to the next.
Putting
Our
up
final-
your hand and raise your right hands for me. Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. May be seated.
No kidding. This one's a quick one, though, and we're done. She's a Seahawks fan, by the way.
Yeah. She's married to Arn Anderson, the enforcer.
First of all, the police report that was submitted in this case was as convoluted as the last hearing I just did.
Oh,
All over the place. So here's what I discern from my reading of what's been filed is that there is a previous protection order that
God.
I believe Mr. Chapman has against Ms. Falsing, and this is in essence a request to reissue that order and have it continue.
That's correct.
Okay. And that's based on an incident that in January where, there's some allegation that Ms. Falsing was in violation of the order by taking some action regarding her report that horses were loose, and she was trying to get people to take action to return the horses to the property. And
It was that she was too close to the property line. according to
right,
the
that she was on
property.
Yelm Highway.
Yeah.
And I
get that horse away from here.
all right, so the order was still in effect on that date because the order went through March, right?
Yes,
Okay.
we contacted law enforcement. They
Yeah.
are in the process of dealing with that. She has court for violating the protection order.
Okay.
Damn horse. Yeah, exactly.
Should I go get the cutout, or are we all right?
No, this will go brief. I think we broke it out last time for the original one.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Damn horse out here causing problems. Dog shitting on the lawn. Guy pissing in the dog's house.
I don't see
Couple
any
of
charge.
morons getting 50K.
No, it's under investigation, Your Honor.
Okay, so there's nothing.
Thank you,
that's been
JL.
filed, just-
Yeah,
Much appreciated.
But
my wife has the.
My wife.
It should be down there where you when you send money. It should be next to that. But unless you're on Apple, I don't know what to tell you.
I
Somebody.
called on the day.
Oh, okay. I'm
It's
sorry.
Erica here. She's going to
Hold on
explain.
a second. Actually, I see a case. Let's see what the status is. All right, it looks like there is
Nightbot's
a
dead.
hearing on Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
He said he'd return for 50K.
So,
We're there.
Ms. Paulson, with that pending, and I've read the documents that were filed and your theory on this case. But Ms. Rowe, your attorney, I'm sure would direct that you say nothing at all today. Because you're under oath and anything you say today could be used in the trial that's currently scheduled. So you understand that?
I do
Oh,
understand that.
Okay. And have you spoken to Ms. Rowe about being here today?
No, I've asked her repeatedly to assist me. I have
She
tried
can't, she can't assist you in
not
this
in
hearing.
today. In my case with the other case, no contact. I've sent her messages. I've sent her proof, and I've had no.
Okay.
Well,
Well, you're gonna want to reach out to her because you're scheduled for a hearing on Friday, so,
I've messaged her 3 times in the last 4 days.
okay. Keep
Keep trying.
I am.
Okay. All right.
Pretty bad when your lawyer won't reply to any
So
text message.
Good point.
the order that Judge Wilcox entered, I believe, expired at the end of March. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. And the issue for seeking a new order is this issue that occurred in January of being on Yelm Highway.
That's right.
Okay.
Was she on a horse at the time?
Your Honor, I would
Yeah,
like to ask.
yeah, hold on.
I still think that's all it is. But like you
So
checked,
I think the primary issue in the criminal case, I'm guessing, is Ms. Falsing allegedly being within the 1,000 feet of the
1,000?
address. So I think it's 8410 Yelm Highway.
That's correct. Your Honor.
1,000 feet's pretty. That's a big.
Which
That's
is
a
not a
lot.
property owned by the two of you. It's a property you go to.
It's her mother's property.
Right, but it's not a property owned by the two of you.
No, but that's where the
Okay.
incident happened.
Right,
that
I know,
started all this.
I understand that. All right.
So they want a new one.
And
She's
since
violated the
that
old
is
one.
January.
She's in a lot of trouble, Creed.
Oh, pass. Yeah, no, I just think that somehow it's blocked. I checked
I'll
it.
double
over.
check. I'll double check about it.
I know
Last
you
time-
checked that day, but
Yeah.
I know it's connected, and I don't know. I gave up
It's got
anyway.
permissions, yeah.
Kind of annoying.
January, you've had no contact from Ms. Falsing.
None, Your Honor.
All right. That incident's being addressed with the criminal charge. There's not a basis in my mind for continuing or reissuing a new order in this case with that allegation. This is supposed to be a pattern of behavior, the allegation that you've made, which a court's going to rule on whether that's sufficient to have violated. There's going to be a strong argument that Yelm Highway is such a major thoroughfare that the 1,000-foot restriction is really unenforceable on a 4-lane road. So that's okay. But pretty sure it's 4-lane, except now where it's blocked off by construction. But
In
where
that
you are,
section, it's
Not in our.
Okay.
not in that section. It's
Okay.
2-lane.
all right, it's still a major thoroughfare. But we'll let the court dealing with the criminal charge deal with that issue. But here, if there had been other contacts and it appeared that Ms. Falsing was taking advantage of the opportunity of the expiration of an order to continue behaviors that were consistent with that which led to the original order, I would think differently about this, but based on the information provided, I am going to deny the order. And I just, I have no idea about the accuracy of what Ms. Falsing is telling me. Ms. Benjamin, are you an employee of State Patrol?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and
She is?
She says that you are.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
We have not been served.
We've not been served anything.
Okay,
She,
okay. So what she has, just so you know, what she says is that you've been accessing records that private citizens can't access to get information about her.
Ooh.
And I'm sure you would know that as an employee of the State Patrol, you don't have the ability to do that.
I don't have access to that program.
Okay, you could get fired for using State Patrol resources for personal.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
So I just wanted to just put that out there. Okay. Right, thank you.
Hmm.
I have the text messages through my husband as well.
Okay, thank you.
Couldn't blame my husband too. He texted him.
That's not a good sign when the judge says that.
Somebody from the court send a message to Ms. Rowe, letting her know that you've been attempting to get in touch with her.
The attorney that was ghosting her. Can
And then
somebody,
the attorney goes,
somebody let her know what's going on? Please and thank you. My wife is State Patrol. On Double A got his paperwork. That redhead lady, she might be in trouble. She might want to get that lawyer on the phone.
Okay. Now, come now.
What's going on?
She's having a seizure.
Okay, and do you need medical help?
No, she's okay. Just stress. Gives her having seizures.
Are you sure?
Caregiver.
Okay.
It's okay, Mama. It's okay. I got you. Here. I'm right here, Mama. It's okay.
oh my God. Didn't see that one coming. Tiny Piggy High.
We've never had anybody have a seizure in court.
No, that's
frightening. And judge acts like, do you see anything?
Pretty. I think that he might be on Griggsy's level, the way that he's looking over at.
If you need medical assistance.
Yeah, he's giving her that look, like bullshit look.
100%. Did you see how I just
go back to when it happened, when we see her go stiff? Look at his face. His face is like,
what
the hell is going on here? I would have freaked out. I'd been like, oh my God. It's right after the lady picks up the paperwork. All right. Let me play from there.
Can I have the text messages through my husband as
Yeah,
well?
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Why didn't he jump up and like hit the button?
I have somebody from the court send a message to Ms. Rowe, letting her know that you've been attempting to get in touch with her.
Yes. Look at his face. You'll see Arn Anderson pick up the paperwork, and then you'll see her, as she called her caregiver. I thought that was like a friend.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Watch his face.
Awesome.
All right, watch his face.
Okay. Now, come now. She's having a seizure.
Okay, and do you need medical help?
No, she's okay. Just stress. She's having seizures. This is her caregiver.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Can we fucking hurry up? I gotta get some. I got a meatball hoagie in the fridge. Can we?
He's
hurry us up.
He's literally got that look like
he don't believe a word. He don't believe anything's happening. Oh my God, another one of these. Jeez.
Huh.
You sure you don't want me to call somebody?
Again, the way he's looking at that is like,
what ifs?
I don't think he believes in it.
Let us know if you need medical assistance.
Let us know if it's going to take any longer, because I've got somewhere to be.
Oh my God.
I mean, he could care less.
That's what an ending. Holy shit, that was worth every minute.
Wow.
Gosh, I wish we had the time to just run a poll really quick. Do you guys think that's bullshit, or was she really having a seizure there?
I don't know.
That was interesting.
As somebody who doesn't know anything about people having seizures, if I saw that, I would have immediately freaked out.
Me too. So I don't know a lot about that at all. And on top of everything else, don't you think she's kind of in the lead on that one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they didn't get a new one against her.
Yeah.
But she's also facing some criminal, for breaking the last one allegedly. So
damn.
Oh boy, that's not good. Either way, I hope she's okay.
All right. Don't forget some premieres today, and then of course
everybody's about to be teleported as soon as we end this over to a brand new, just happened about 2 hours ago, case over at Judge DeSanto. Fresh off the presses for you. Everybody's going to be moved over there for a 2:30 premiere. And then after that, you'll be sent away over for our 3 o'clock premiere over on Creedence and Mikey.
Back live at 405 East for Taco Tuesday for We Got a
Super Juicy.
Juicy. I like juicy. The #1 Express. KC, Billy, thank you. Blaine, with some big gifts. Again, Blaine, welcome. Blaine again with huge gifts. Chrissy, no gifter. Times two. Sweet Tea, thank you. Don't run away. She's known to be gay. It's okay. Flusha and Lady Sky, spelled properly. Kiernoth and Lady Sky. Again, all from. Bring out bring your tacos, ladies.
That's right. Starving, Daddy. Starving.
Lots of things to love today in court.
Tons of it. Simple as this, guys. Hit the like button. If you don't enjoy watching me and Creed talk, don't worry. There's tons of stuff for you to watch. If you like me and Creed being here and talking, make sure you're subscribed over to Creedence and Mikey, because that's where you're going to get so much more of it. Until the next time, stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one. Very gay.
His face. His